Welcome to the next episode of Preschool Diaries. This time we have an interesting twist. We know we've been only talking largely about preschool entrepreneurs, but today we have a very interesting guest who's a school entrepreneur, and he is a Credo Partner School. We are very, very excited to introduce Mr. Manjunath, who is the founder, proprietor of Sainik Public School, which is in Lagere, Bangalore, and he has another branch in Kolar as well. So we're very excited to dig in deeper into talks with Mr. Manjunath. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Manjunath. I know this school is now more than 20 years old, I believe, and you started in 2001. We'd love to hear how the school started, who founded it, and what's been maybe the initial part of the journey when the school first started.
To initially start with, it was all started with my father, who was an ex-serviceman. He was serving for the Indian Air Force.
Okay.
And he retired from there. After which, he wanted to serve the community. So school is one thing which came into his mind, and that is how Sainik Public School came into existence.
Okay.
In the year 2001, it all started with a mere strength of around 12 kids, and it was a struggle till 2007. He actually passed away in 2007. At that time, we had a strength of around 120 kids.
Okay.
So he had a major struggle running the school. A lot of competition, a lot of schools in that vicinity. So I basically stepped into the school after his demise. Myself, along with my wife, we took the initiative and we took it forward. Touched by God's grace, we have close to 1,000 students today.
Amazing.
Yeah, in between, yes, a lot of up and downs, wherein we even came of thought like shutting down the school. 2007 onwards, I took up the school. We did a lot of exercises to develop it. Infrastructure was definitely a challenge over there. Even today, it's not like we a very great thing, but yes, to that locality, we are up to the mark.
Yeah.
So, in between, we had this COVID, which gave a very big hit.
Of course, yeah.
Kids who actually lost control over the discipline and other things. Now it's a big struggle for the teachers to bring them back on track.
Yeah.
So even today we are finding that problem.
Yeah.
Most of the kids, they're all so much addicted to gadgets, and the screen timing has increased tremendously, and that's a major effect on the eyesight of the child. So discipline-wise, yes, there is still a lot of challenge, but we are finding it. It's on the very naughty.
Mm-hmm.
The kindergarten kids especially, they are overactive.
Right.
Proactives, like we need to run around a lot of time to make them sit.
Yeah.
So it is all enjoying. We are all thoroughly enjoying this process.
Yeah. I wasn't aware that your father was an ex-serviceman. Respect for that. And I mean, for somebody to come from another industry altogether who didn't have his background in education to come and set up something, I'm sure it wouldn't have been easy. But it's great to see that as a next generation, you stepped in to, fulfill your father's dreams in many ways, or take that dream to what was your initial experience post 2007 when you took up? I know it wouldn't have been easy for you as well. What parents' expectations were when you first started, and what are the differences that you look at when you look back at the last 14 years?
See, 2007, it was not by choice I took up this thing. It was by force. So it was always annoying to me to sit in a place. So somehow that great effort was all by my wife.
Okay.
She initially, even before I got into school, she was looking after the school with my father. So I thought like I'll support her, and now I'm a full-time educationist. Yes, initially then 2007, parents, they were not that keen on the education part. They only wanted their kids to be engaged somewhere during their absence. So that is how the school took up like. We were more like a daycare for the parents there. We used to experiment with a lot of things, with a lot of innovative things. But the support was very mere from the parent side. Whenever we used to call them for a meeting saying that this is a new thing what we have introduced, they say, why you are doing all these things, sir? We only want kids to learn alphabets, numerals, the basic things. So to convince them and that is the one segment of parents where we are filled with.
Yeah.
Mostly all garment industry workers or this is the sort of people where we serve.
I mean, Sainik Public School is a budget private school. It does cater to an income, the lower income sections of society. A lot of these are very aspirational parents. They want their children to learn. But I think in the house, there's not, obviously they cannot support their child's learning or have that understanding. And it comes down to the school to do everything for the school. So yeah, just want to add that for our viewers, because it's very important that sometimes when we look at a school, most of us imagine only maybe the premium section or the upper middle classes getting education. But India is a huge country, and I think 70% of the children are in the income section of society that needs addressing, and it's great that the school addresses that. So maybe if you can just elaborate a little bit more about these first generation learner children, what kind of difficulties at home do they come with sometimes?
First and foremost is their earnings.
Right.
So their earnings would not support higher fees is not that they can afford it. So they are not like very keen on what things are delivered at the school. They only want the kids to be engaged somewhere safely.
Yeah.
Now we took up the measure saying that no, this is not the thing that has to be done. Even these kids has the liberty and they need to be given an opportunity to get the best quality of education. Though the fees are affordable, education is something which will change their lives.
Yes.
For sure. So we took up this massive thing like we'll put in our efforts and time and money to see that even our children are competing with the international school kids.
Yes.
In this process, luckily, we got in touch with companies like you.
No, that's absolutely fascinating when we see the budget private school entrepreneurs decided, no, we must have good education. And we know so many of these of your budget school owners come in search of companies like Credo saying, what can I do to better my school? Because I want to deliver good education, which is coming from you as a requirement. And then the parents see the outcome after you all have invested, after you all have tried. And then the parents, of course, they give very good feedback saying, yeah, now my child is learning very well. But that initiative has come from the entrepreneurs, and it's really exciting to see that even whether the society is asking for it or no, you all are taking that step forward to ensure that children are learning well. So yeah, of course, Credo, we're very, very excited to partner with schools like yours, and that makes companies like us, of course, try and work better towards delivering education. So it's really commendable to see that process, and we are seeing that change over the last few years, where slowly now I think parents, compared to 6-7 years back,
Exactly,
versus now, I think they understand. Is that something that you're seeing, even your parents evolving over time?
Yeah, initially the turnout was very less. Only 10% of the parent would come and say, yes, my child is started doing a lot of new things. This was initially a very disappointment for us. But later on, we never gave it up. But later on, the numbers turned out well. Now almost 80-85%, they all sit and chat with us.
Right.
They are all very happy. They all say that, yes, this is what I want my child to learn now. Earlier, this was not the scenario. So now things have changed. Even the mindset of the children, the parents, the child, is all been changing. Community.
That's really nice to hear. And you've been, of course, now in this business for so long. Credo joined hands with you in 2019. We have, of course, our play-based learning approach working very well in your schools. What kind of measures for you has worked well?
We can bring a lot of things into the school, but it has to be implemented or executed through the teachers only.
Yeah.
Initially, it was also a difficult task to get teachers. They used to come and they work for us for only a couple of months. Then they say there is a lot of pressure in this school and they used to quit.
Yeah.
Now things have changed. At the time of enrollment itself, we give them all the ideas. This is all the things that you will have to undergo, the trainings. And now they're all ready to take up the challenges. Yeah. Probably I'm blessed to have a good set of teachers Without them, probably the program would have not been successful as much as it's been as of today.
We have seen a lot of skilled teachers who are able to manage several things, and sometimes the teachers have to not just deliver learning, but there's annual day practice, there's test papers, there's so many things they have to multitask. But I think at least in Credo partner schools, we do keep that very consciously in mind. Credo is an organization that we have to help owners to support teachers, and we have to also keep motivating the teachers, support them, because they're doing an amazing job, and we have to equip them with the right skills, with the right tools, also with the right kind of coaching and mentoring, I think, to get them successful and their jobs. So I think it works well when there's an external agency like Credo. We have found that school owners themselves have their hands full. You have administrative schedules, you have regulations, your school board programs, you have so many things that sometimes it helps when an outside person is looking at it from outside. So really, I mean, get to a point of maturity where now you have a good set of teachers, school is running over 1,000 children is a testimonial to the kind of work that you're doing. How do you see, Sainik Public School going forward?
See now, as I earlier mentioned, like infrastructure is a constraint. Getting the infrastructure developed is a huge task now. Yeah. There is a lot of money that's required, and which is not going to support for the ROI. So we are planning to come up with more infrastructure. And see, all of the thing is, the development of the school all depends on the enjoyable of the child.
Yeah.
Child enjoys more than automatically the school develops.
Yeah.
We need to create such an environment where the child doesn't complain coming to school.
Yeah.
Every day there has to be some other new activity. That is how the parent also feels that the school is doing something unique.
Yeah.
So with Credo, that is what we were able to deliver.
Yeah.
Every day there is a new thing that is being introduced to the child. And the parent is definitely very keen on looking for the next day's learning.
Yeah.
The child as well enjoys the lab. The lab is the best part of the Credo.
Yeah.
So there the child spends most of the time.
Yeah.
The learning happening through the playing.
As you rightly said, the parents are seeing the learning. It is very visible in Credo. A lot of course, curriculums where there is some learning happening. Sometimes it's not visible to the parent, or they're not seeing the change in the child. I think parents definitely need to see their children, progressing into, and they can, when they see it visibly with their eyes, that the child is able to do addition with their hands, and then in the book, it's very exciting for a parent also. I think that, of course, has worked very well for Credo overall for us in most schools.
Even before signing up with Credo, we were doing the teaching.
Yeah.
But after signing up with Credo and the curriculum, we were also a bit astonished. Like, will the child be able to cope up to this level? Now, kids of probably the lower kindergarten or the upper kindergarten, they are able to talk about other languages in the country, the capitals of the other countries, and they're able to talk about Mars, the solar systems in detail.
Yeah.
Wherein these are the things which are being taught to a third grade or fourth grade student. Now our children of an UKG kid will be able to talk about all these things. This is what in the last PEP there was an engagement program with the parents which gave us a very good mileage. This was a talk of the town over there. Our kids, they demonstrated their skills when they explained about the solar system or about the other countries. Parents were really astonished. They were all saying, how can a child of a UKG talk all these things? So that kudos to Credo, which helped us.
No, that's so exciting,
and I'm sure our Credo team is going to be very thrilled listening to that, because that's what we strive for at the end of the day. We try and tell parents that it's unbelievable what 5 and 6 year olds can do, and it is our duty as educators, as being part of the system, to provide children with those opportunities, because it is in early years, it is till the age of 8 that we can maximize learning and get children to enjoy, as you said, enjoy the solar system, enjoy learning about different things, enjoy maths, enjoy English. And once we build that in till the age of 8, we really feel that post that the children can blossom much better with anything that they do. So it's really good to see schools being able to deliver that. And I mean, it's great to hear that it's infrastructure that you're looking for to make the school bigger now, with learning happening well, with teachers on track. with better infrastructure, school like yours can expand to much more than where it is right now. It's 1,000 children, maybe 2,000 children, and still keep the learning quality high. I think this segment really got hit in COVID and pandemic. It's great to see people bounce back. I know Credo went down to from 25,000 to 200 children in the pandemic. We're really excited that we bounced back really well, and now we have close to 1 lakh children learning on the Credo curriculum. And it is more and more what excites us is empowering partners like you, empowering the schools. So what are the growth plans in terms of multiple branches? Any thoughts on those?
See, earlier also we had a chain of preschools named Inception Preschool. We had about 5 branches. So, due to the COVID, we were constrained to shut all the branches. Now again, yes, we have plans of coming up with again a preschool only.
Right.
We want to cater the maximum to the preschool. Then probably an international school is what is in plan.
Right.
Yes, as you said, even we lost a lot of students. Our strength had come down to 150 from 600 before COVID. So we had a major struggle getting back those strength. Most of the people in our vicinity had shifted to their hometowns due to the lack of jobs here. So now it is all, they are all coming back, and we are also getting a good strength.
I think the hard work does pay off, and I think for preschool or school entrepreneurs who are listening into the show, we keep telling them this. Yes, and there are periods of struggle and there are ups and downs. All of us face that. I think education is no exception. But once you establish good quality, I think to a large extent that stability is there in the schools as compared to other industries.
Yes.
Parents are coming back year on year saying, my first child studied here, now I'm putting my second child.
Yes.
That's the respect and what you command with the parents as well, and it's great to see that it's stable, and it hopefully it goes upward. So of course with Credo we do a lot of teacher training, and like you rightly said, there's a shortage of teachers in the country overall, especially I think post-pandemic. Huge number of the workforce have left this space. It was really difficult both for the owners as well as the teachers. Credo, of course, now we have jumped in with the teacher training course, where we are hoping to add more and more people to the pool so that schools like yours have a bigger pool to hire from, and that's the idea of starting the teacher training course. I think teachers, once they are given a little bit of support, and from the owners as well, wherever we have seen owners are being supportive to the teachers, that journey happens much faster. I think that's something that's special for teachers with Credo training, definitely, because they get both the outside support and inside from the management. It helps teachers stabilize more. What are your thoughts on marketing and promotions in the school? Do you spend a lot of money in terms of marketing and promotions, or is it something that happens generically?
Yeah, marketing is something very major role which the school needs to take up with, because without marketing, any product would not sell that easily. Word of mouth is, it does, which is the biggest marketing, but still to keep ourselves in the existence, we need to do a lot of marketing. Now that social media is so effective, we concentrate more on the Facebook, Instagram, all these digital marketing is what we are doing. Apart from that, it's the routine marketing like the leaflet distribution and other things. Marketing does matter.
Yeah, it does. And I think even more than marketing or spending money, I think what's very important today is to keep a social media presence alive. Yes. Parents want to see their children on their Facebook page. And we have been, of course, they're always been telling schools, don't just post only pictures of your theme or celebration or holiday, even the other things like the children learning, how they're doing some activity in the school, because that's something parents don't get to see, and that really helps for social media presence. I think that's very, very key today for all schools. So great. It's been really nice chatting about various things. I hope more entrepreneurs who are very keen on serving the lower income sections of society jump into this business. There is a huge void, huge space where entrepreneurs like you who are committed to learning really can fill this gap. India needs it. We have 150 million children under the age of 6 today. It's not a small number, so the market's heavy, the need is heavy, the gap is huge. I hope more entrepreneurs like you are able to fill.
And one thing I would like to add on this, teachers, as I earlier mentioned, they play a very important role in educating the children. So there, again, teachers also need to be given some recognition.
I totally agree. I really hope more institutions also outside who are watching this and recognize the effort, because it's not always got to be within the school that you can recognize. Any thoughts on how you would like to see teachers
It would be
recognized?
great if the government would take the initiative, like just awarding them a teacher, a simple award to them would be a batting
pat
to
on the
them.
back, absolutely.
Such recognition has to be given every now and then for them, so that we don't lose teachers from this profession. This is what-
Absolutely. And I think we've been, of course, talking to a few organizations, and I hope anybody who's watching the show who has any means of, access to CSR funds or government funds. Teachers are one of the most neglected parts of society, and it cannot always be with the school entrepreneur or a vendor who is with the school. We do our best to keep the teachers motivated and at it, but I think it would be great to have external validation for the teachers, even recognition, as you said, and those small rewards, especially for budget private schools where we know you're working on tight budgets.
Yes.
We know it's difficult, and teachers have jumped in, the owners have jumped in, people are contributing to make education happen. I really wish we see some external validation and rewards and recognition coming into this space. So absolutely great thought to end with. And on that note, I hope all of you were listening and enjoyed this show, and feel free to ping us if you have any questions. Hi, I'm Rindula. I'm the co-founder of Credo, an early education solution that has helped set up more than 2,000 preschools across India in more than 300 cities. We have been very fortunate that we have been able to partner with more than 2,000 entrepreneurs, largely women entrepreneurs, to help set up wonderful preschools across the country in more than 300 cities. With Credo, they set up their own school. They go through their own journeys. We have preschools in every nook and corner of India, places like Barwar in Rajasthan, in Haridwar, in Badrinath, in Arunachal Pradesh, in Ladakh, in Kanyakumari, in every part. And each story is unique and different. So for many of our would-be entrepreneurs who wanted to take the plunge and start a preschool of their own, we started this channel, this podcast, to help you understand some of their journeys, also to highlight some of the victories and triumphs that these entrepreneurs have been through. There are, of course, ups and downs. Their stories are super interesting. The challenges they face with the parents, the kind of learning that they have, the kind of establishment that they have managed to set up. Some of them have set up superlative establishments in such a short span of time. So we bring to you all this and more in some very, very interesting stories. So if you're want to be an entrepreneur who wants to set up a preschool, or you're already running a preschool and want to take a different path and different journey, or you're running a school and you want to adopt a different curriculum, these are some of the stories we really encourage you to listen to. They are stories of victories, resilience, and more. And we hope you enjoy listening to this variety. We know we've had a great time listening to some of these stories, and we're so thrilled to bring you these stories from different parts of India. So do like, watch, and subscribe to our channel. Credo Preschool Diaries is our podcast. Please do listen in, and please do send us more questions, feedback, and anything more that you would like to hear from us. Thank you.